My girlfriend behaved like a giant baby when she smashed up a present I got for my little sister, and there's no way I can be seen dating a child. Original poster, you/me VGF Reddick. My girlfriend, Megan, and I stay together. She had a fight with her parents and asked if we could move in together, so we did. Not too long ago, I had to take my little sister in. I can't disclose much except for the fact that I was her only option. When we discussed me taking my sister in, Megan didn't like the idea. She told me I was too young to have such a responsibility, asked what would happen when we got married and had our own kids, and said our place was too small. However, she didn't outright say she had an issue with it. I obviously couldn't turn my back on my sister, so I went ahead with it despite Megan's reservations. Although my sister has always been friendly to Megan from the moment they met, Megan has always been indifferent. And it sucks because my sister really admires her and enjoys talking to her. I just thought maybe they didn't connect because of my sister's age. A month ago, I bought my sister a Switch. She had always wanted one since all her friends have it. I figured she deserved it because she does well in school, helps with chores, and is generally a well-behaved kid. She loved it and has been taking great care of it. Megan wasn't happy when I bought it, she actually sulked like a baby. Megan started borrowing the Switch incessantly. My sister never said no, maybe because she was afraid to. Megan would use it so much that it felt like it belonged to her. My sister never said anything, she would just patiently wait for her turn. Sometimes Megan even used it when my sister was at school, saying she got bored when I was at work. This made me uncomfortable, so I asked Megan to please tone down on the Switch use because it wasn't fair to my sister, it was her gift. Megan agreed, but it was clear that she was upset, as she gave me the silent treatment for the rest of the night. Last week, I came back after picking up my sister from school, and we found her Switch broken. And that's putting it lightly, it looked deliberately smashed. My sister was distraught. When I asked Megan what happened, she told us she accidentally dropped it and it broke. It was obvious she was lying. When I pointed this out, along with all the other times she seemed to have an issue with an 11-year-old for no reason, Megan got annoyed and said everything had been fine until my sister moved in. I called her childish and asked her to pack her bags and go back to her parents' house because I needed space and time to think. This only annoyed her more, but she eventually left. Her best friend texted me last night to call me an asshole for kicking Megan out, saying that on top of everything else, I know how rocky her relationship with her parents is. Does this make me an asshole? Relevant comment. She isn't your wife, she does not get a say in your decision to take your sister in. And she is quite frankly a despicable person for bullying and intentionally hurting an 11-year-old who looks up to her. On top of that, she sounds like a terrible partner too. You work and let her live rent-free, and she does nothing all day but play on the Switch and bully your sister? Look at that, the first time you stand up to her BS, she already ran to her friend, vilifying you. Dump her like radioactive waste. And tell her friend to eat glass. If she cares so much, she can take on the insufferable burden that is your ex. Response. I spoke to her beforehand to let her know, so she wouldn't be taken by surprise. I was really taken aback by her reservations but decided to give her the benefit of the doubt. Not everyone welcomes change easily, and she's an only child who doesn't understand what it's like to have siblings. But I see now that she is not a very nice person. Who would have an issue with an 11-year-old who looks up to them and is just happy to be in a stable environment? And to go so far as to destroy something my sister cherished, then lie about it, that's unstable behavior. I can't have her around my sister anymore. She wouldn't survive living with her friend, she always trash talks her, SMH. Update. I wanted to update on what happened after I posted. When I kicked Megan out, I already knew there was no way our relationship could continue. After seeing the comments on the post, I knew I needed to officially end the relationship and not leave things hanging. I only said I needed time to think because I wanted her to leave without a fuss, she had already caused enough trouble. I hadn't spoken to her since what happened because I was ignoring her texts. Some of them said she missed me and wanted to come back home. I decided to text her to arrange a meeting. She told me to come over to her friend's place because she had only stayed a few days at her parents' house. When I got there, I told Megan that the relationship wasn't working out for me and that it was best we break up. I explained that I couldn't see myself getting over the fact that she intentionally destroyed something that meant a lot to my sister out of irrational jealousy. I also pointed out that she never really opened up to my sister, which should have been enough for me to end the relationship earlier. My sister deserves to be around someone willing to form a relationship with her. I had the rest of her things with me and proceeded to give them to her. Megan started crying and pleading with me, then accusing me of choosing my sister over her. She said I clearly never really loved her and that she knew this would happen after my sister moved in. I told her, this is exactly why I'm breaking up with you. I also told her she needed to reimburse me the $300 for the Switch she accidentally broke because my little sister has been heartbroken and sad about it ever since. She rolled her eyes and said she already told me it was an accident and that it wasn't her problem anymore since I didn't want to be with her. I didn't feel like arguing anymore, so I told her never to contact me again and left. When I got home, I blocked her everywhere. I feel relieved that she's out of our lives, but I'm disappointed in myself that it took something so drastic for me to realize Megan was not a good person. Relevant comments. Comment 1. She showed you she's an insecure pick-me in some imagined competition with your little sister, and you believed her. Good for you. You're an excellent brother, and I'm sure you will find someone who makes you happy and cherishes your sister. Response. Thank you. To be honest, I'm not in a rush to find someone. I just want to focus on making sure my sister is alright. Comment 2. Sounds like you made the right call. It's tough, but Megan clearly wasn't respecting you or your sister. It's good you stood up for your family, even if it took a while to see it. No need to beat yourself up, sometimes it takes a big moment to realize what's best for you. Response. Agreed. I regret not seeing it sooner, but I'm glad I made the right decision.